Looking back on these last 4 years of my childhood youth, my one thing would be my legacy. What will I leave behind as I move ahead? I want to believe that I have made an impact on everyone's life, both young and old. I passionately believe that as a teacher of a sport that these kids love, I have an enormous part of shaping them, the way my teachers did when I began to dance. Dance has always been my home ever since I was 6 years old. Soon after my first recital, everyone there became my family. Now that I'm the oldest and the wisest of the dancers, I leave a long-lasting impression on every kid at that studio. Along with being the oldest, I have seen people come and go. I've seen babies learn to walk for the first time, to kick for the first time, to take their first leap. Teaching has always made me feel important when it comes to my legacy. As all teachers know, we see kids grow and we see their highs and lows. I teach to touch kids' minds and hearts in the most extensive way. I always knew that these kids looked up to me not only because I was a teacher, but because I am a competitive dancer. Freshman year, I joined the dance drill team. I learned so many things from that year alone. The most important lesson was being competitive. I never was competitive before that year, and then I really started trying to win and be the best. After that year, I had to quit due to time and commitment issues. I had to choose between my studio and DDT. Not to say I didn't love DDT, but my heart and my soul was in my studio, but my competitive mind was still present. Freshman and sophomore year at my studio will go down as the best years in my studio's history. There was never a competition where we walked away empty-handed. This is the first part of my legacy. Fast forward to junior year. This year I forgot what I loved most about dance, and that of course was being on stage. Don't get me wrong, I always loved the trophies and winning, but I focused on that too much to the point where I forgot my love for dance. Ellie, one of my private teachers, made this solo for me called Suitcase. That solo changed what dance was to me altogether. I truly gained my love for dance back in the most intimate way. I remember coming off stage and crying the first time I performed that solo. This brings me to the second thing I learned. Never lose sight of what you truly love. Keep your head up and focus on what you want over what others want. What you may want or love may not be the same as everyone else. Junior year is also when I taught my very own class. Now, the more I began teaching, I learned how different kids react to certain things, such as how they need to be taught a step or how they take criticism. I believe that every student is beautiful in their own way and everyone has room to become a better person. This is the second part of my legacy. The way I teach students in their childhood and give them my ability and my knowledge. Besides teaching, seeing these kids grow up alongside me, I realize what happens after. Sometimes we've never stopped to think about what we will leave behind when we move on to the next chapter in our life. How will our present lives affect the lives of future generations to come? My final lesson that I learned in high school is don't forget the lessons you've learned in these last 4 years. I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. This is my final lesson, as well as my third part of my legacy, the journey. The journey from where it all started to where it ended, and my visible growth as a person. It will officially end Saturday, July 15th at 9 p.m. as I take my final bow. So today I challenge you. I challenge you to love, learn, and be remembered. Let people remember who you are. Learn what you can change about yourself to become a better person. And lastly, find out what you love and stick with it.